Good morning, 你好. Welcome to Blockchain Lindy Chen Channel. My name is Lindy Chen. I'm very excited to be here and share my insight about blockchain with you. In the last video, I shared with you documenting and circulating performance baselines for feedback and analyze feedback and provide recommendations. In this video, I will share with you introduction and conducting a detailed analysis of the business model performance using SWOT analysis. Introduction. Ostiwella and Pinguia, in their handbook for visionary business model generation, describe an effective way to conduct a detailed analysis of the business model through 4 perspectives: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and strengths, SWOT. The 9 building blocks of the business model provide the necessary focus for the SWOT. Conducting a detailed analysis of the business model performance using SWOT analysis. The SWOT is a simple and familiar tool for managers and can be used across any aspect of the business. It makes a perfect tool for this detailed performance analysis when applied to the specific building blocks of the business model, rather than vague analysis that can result in little direction or focus for change. The SWOT will consider analysis from 2 main perspectives. 1. Internal, strengths and weaknesses. 2. External, opportunities and threats. We will call on Ostavella and the Pinguia SWOT model for business model building blocks below. In the tables below, rate the importance of the business model from 1 to 5, with 1 being the least relevant and 5 being the most relevant to the criteria. This analysis should not be done in isolation, but rather in consultation with your blockchain team, operations team, sales team, and financial team. It is critical to get inputs into the analysis for each specific building blocks. Strengths and weaknesses. Customer segments. New customer segments have been engaged. There are no new customers segment being engaged. Anonymous customers are evident. There is no evidence of anonymous customer. Value proposition. Assessment. Transaction costs have reduced. Transaction costs remain unchanged or increased. Intermediaries are being automated and there are no transaction delays or censorship occurring. Weakness. Intermediaries continue as usual with transaction delay. Automation is occurring through smart contracts. Weakness. Smart contracts are seldom applied. Personal information and transaction data is kept private and secure. Weakness. Private and transaction information and is readable and accessible. There is no single point of failure in the network. Weakness. Multiple points of failure are evident. Customer relationship assessment. Ownership of customer data is returned back to the customer. Weakness. Ownership of customer data is held centrally and not accessible by the customer. Customer identity is confirmed without the detailed customer data being shared, versus customer identity can only be established with the provision of customer information. Strong customer relationships, including anonymous customers, versus customer relationships have weakened with no anonymous customers. Continuously acquiring new customers versus failing to acquire new customers. Sales channel assessment. Trustless transactions are occurring versus transactions require human contact to close. Faster cash flows versus no change or slower cash flows. Channels well matched to customer segments versus channels poorly matched to customer segments. Channels are strongly integrated into supply value chain versus channels poorly integrated into the supply value chains. Brand is protected from unwanted content versus brand affected by unwanted content. Revenue stream assessment. New revenue streams versus none. Revenue streams are sustainable versus revenue sustainability is questionable. Connected objects, Internet of Things, are transacting and receiving payments versus there are no transactional payments being received through connected objects, Internet of Things. Increased revenue from existing customer segments versus existing customer segments revenue are decreasing. Key activity assessment. Key automation are executed efficiently versus key automation's execution is inefficient. Network is interoperating effectively with oracles, legacies, and enterprise systems versus network is ineffective when interoperating with oracles, legacy, and enterprise systems. Balance of on-chain to off-chain activity is acceptable versus balance of on-chain to off-chain activity is unacceptable. Key resources assessment. Key resources are difficult for competitors to replicate versus key resources are easy for competitors to replicate. Key resources deliver the expected value versus key resources are insufficient to deliver the expected value. Key resources are producing the expected revenue versus key resources are not creating sufficient revenues. Key partners assessment. Strategic relationship and a network are enabling network interoperability versus strategic relationships and networks are ineffective in enabling network interoperability. Interoperation cross chains and with third-party services is delivering value to customers versus interoperations is ineffective in delivering value. There are good working relationships with key partners versus working relationships with key partners is conflict-ridden. Cost structure assessment. The network creates cost efficiency versus there are no cost efficiencies. The cost structure is correctly matched to the business model. The cost structure and the business model are poorly matched. Operations are cost efficient versus operations are cost inefficient. Business models do not function within a vacuum. They can be impacted by external forces such as competition, the legal and the regulatory environment, the technological environment. Again, we will look at analyzing each of those building blocks of the business model so that you can lead your team to determine ways to address threats. From myself, the team at China Direct Sourcing, the team at Freezen Technology, and the team at Blockchain Collective, thank you for watching this video series. If you like what you see and hear and want to know more about it, please subscribe our channel and contact us. Good luck with your blockchain learning journey. Enjoy the program.